Hey everybody, welcome to this video. This is Shane Smolyan from Wolf Trader Futures, and this is a video where we're going to dive into the Cracker Barrel controversy and what's got everybody talking. So from a logo swap to a massive stock drop, it's been a wild ride. So stick around for this presentation. We're going to actually look at some before and after visuals of the logo and the restaurant, and then we're going to look at the actual Fed juice. I'm going to start tracking this for you guys. I'm going to pick some stocks and companies that are in the news, and we're going to look at the Fed juice as we get into it. So Cracker Barrel, that southern comfort spot we all know for its rocking chairs and country cooking, drops a bombshell on August the 19th, 2025. They unveiled a new logo for their company. So um, they scrapped this classic Uncle Herschel logo, uh, leaning on leaning on a barrel for a sleek text design only. So these are the before and after pictures here. And this was part of a 700 million brand overhaul. So the stock has, to give you a backstory here, the stock has been struggling for quite a while. So they were looking to do something different, looking to spark some interest into the company. And so this included updated menus, remodeled restaurants across their 660 plus locations, and the goal, well, a fresh modern vibe to attract new customers while they kept that cozy feel. But whoa, the backlash was instant. Fans flooded X, slamming the chain for abandoning its roots. Some called it a quote unquote woke move, comparing it to the Bud Light's 2023 controversy. Conservative voices like Robbie Starbuck criticized Cracker Barrel's past ties to groups like Human Rights Campaign fueling the fire. Even Steak and Shake piled on. They tweeted shade about Cracker Barrel chasing trends over tradition, and the internet was definitely not having it. The fallout hit hard. Cracker Barrel stock tanked, losing nearly 143 million in market value in just days. Shares dropped as much as 15% with a single day loss of almost $10 on August 21st, the worst 5-day slide since February. Ouch. So on August 25th, the company issued an apology, or some people say it's a non-apology, saying it could have done a better job with the rollout, but they're doubling down on the rebrand, insisting it's about comfort and community, not politics. So the whole saga raises a big question: can a brand modernize without alienating its loyal customer base? Cracker Barrel CEO says these changes are crucial for growth, but the pushback shows how much old school charm meant to the fans. It's a tightrope, and they're still wobbling here. So let me give you my take on this. Uh, I do go to Cracker Barrel. I just took my daughter up to college. We went to Cracker Barrel a couple of times uh, on the way up and back, and so I saw that they did this redesign in there. That the walls are definitely different. They're kind of bare here. You can see here they're bare now. They used to have this darker color into here. So people have asked me, am I outraged about the Cracker Barrel redesign? To be honest with you, no. I don't really care personally. I just kind of go in there if I'm hungry. I want a meal. The food was still good. Service was fine. It was empty when I was there, and they have had declining sales, but now they're actually having a like a boycott. Like people are actually not going there now for this. So I don't really get outraged over things like this. And when the internet is outraged, I don't let other people tell me what I should be outraged about. I just kind of go in and experience it. So it's definitely looking more like a first watch here. You can see these chairs and everything. It looks like a modern restaurant now. It's kind of taking out the original view of this. So the original feel of the coziness of this restaurant. So I mean, it's just, to me, it's just like whatever. I mean, I look at this from a marketing standpoint. It's kind of a stupid marketing standpoint. They had to try something new because the stock was having issues. They were having problems. But this CEO is obviously, I don't know if woke is the term, but this is definitely a liberal leaning CEO trying to come into a customer base, which is probably 2/3 Trump. And the people that come in here, this is the South. These are probably, most of the customers are probably Trump supporter. So I mean, from a marketing standpoint, from a business standpoint, it's kind of stupid to do this. It's kind of like going into the New York Times and putting wallpaper up all on the walls and saying "Make America Great Again," and everybody looks at you like, "What are you doing here?" It's kind of the same thing as that. Like if you went into a liberal institution like the New York Times and did that, they would all be pissed. It's the same thing here. So a lot of the fan base is pissed. Um, so, but to me, I can just tell you when I went up there recently, The food was still good. I didn't really, in fact, I thought the food was pretty good the last couple of times I went in there. Of course, I was on road trips, I was starving, but I found the food to be pretty consistent and pretty good. Now, people are complaining about the food and saying that they don't cook as well as they used to, and welcome to modern American restaurants. It's just how stuff is, guys. But what I want to do now is look at the actual veggies chart. I made a veggies chart for this for you guys. So I'm going to actually start to look at this and we're going to track Cracker Barrel to see how it does. I actually made a quad lunar cycle. I made super biorhythms for this thing. So we're going to start to track this through time. So you can see down here, this is classic. This is how we track everything, a normal futures contract or stock on our service, but I'm just going to kind of go through this, and we're just going to kind of keep updating this as we go through the days. I'll do another video on the actual super biorhythms too. It's very interesting. It follows these very well. So if you look at the chart here, the red arrow here is the Fed juice here. I just put this, it just goes into this buy today. And the blue arrow is the quad lunar cycle. So these are the last few iterations of the quad lunar cycle. The quad lunar cycle is in a cell. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this on this chart. So this is in what we would call a cell 2. And the reason is that we have both the quad lunar cycle and the BAT model here in a cell, even though the Fed juice does come back up into this buy signal today. I think what's going on here, this is going to try to fill this gap here that it made. This was when the controversy started. So it's probably going to kind of come up to fill this gap, but it'll still be in a cell 2. So the next bottoming point here to look for is going to be on September the 2nd. And I'm going to make another video showing you guys the actual cycles of the quad lunar cycle. And we're going to kind of share this as a public chart for everybody to look at, just to kind of give you an idea of how we track this stuff. So this stuff can be, we can put our concepts onto any symbol here. Down here, you can see the not the quad lunar cycle, the best RSI down here. And what this does is this actually shows us very extreme overbought, oversold conditions down here. When you get these dark reds, it's overbought. When you get the dark greens, it's oversold. So it can be used as a way to kind of work together with the quad lunar cycle here. But you can see here that this got into this very, very strong oversold condition. When it hits this low, it does do this bounce today. And so I know, a lot of people are cheering for the stock to tank, but stocks just don't go away or tank overnight like that. I don't think this is as bad as the Bud Light controversy. I just think that you had a CEO with a different, like a city mentality CEO coming into the South trying to tell them how their restaurant should look, and people didn't like it. So we are going to track this though, and I'll be able to give you some updates on this. So right now the Fed use is going back into a buy here, but we have this sell 2 here on the chart, and you can see here that when it breaks through these bat levels here, you can see these trending cases into here. And I just put the last quad lunar here on 728. So it's been tracking this pretty well. Quad lunar is doing well on this symbol. So 9.2, we'll be looking for a potential low around 9.2 on the Cracker Barrel chart on the quad lunar cycle. And then we can also look at the larger term super biorhythms on that chart too. And this Fed just goes all the way back. You can just track this all the way back here. I didn't put the arrows. I just put the first arrow here. But like I said, we will continue to track this through time to give you guys the update on the Cracker Barrel. But it is a sell 2 right now. I think they're overhyping the sell-off on this. I don't think it looks too bad, but definitely still in this sell 2 pattern. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think that they ruined Cracker Barrel, or this is just an update that was necessary to help save the company? What do you think of the logo? Do you think the logo looks worse or better? I think most people like the old logo. I definitely like the old logo, but it's not something that would stop me from going into Cracker Barrel if I'm on a trip. So anyway, so let me know in the comments below. And until the next time, I hope everyone has a great evening out there. Stay safe. And remember, guys, follow the Fed juice.